Good evening. It's Cindy Morris with the Peoria Public Schools Foundation. Welcome to Buzz Chats. Buzz Chats was started last year by the foundation in a way during the pandemic to connect people to the school district with positive conversations. And I'm so excited tonight. This is the first Buzz Chats for the new school year, and we're actually in person. And we do have masks on because it is a district policy for this school year to be masked. So I have the pleasure of sitting here with the three high school principals. We have Carly Empkin from Richwoods High School, Dr. Annette Coleman from Peoria High, and Devin Hawks with Manual High School. A little background on the Peoria Public Schools Foundation. We were started in 1998 from the Board of Education as an organization to exclusively support Peoria Public Schools. We do that in traditional ways like classroom grants for teachers, scholarships for students. We are into some programming over the last 10 years with our Horizons Career and College Readiness Program. We oversee the Adopt a School program, and we support a lot of basic needs support, and that is uniforms and clothes for students, our little free pantries, which are at many schools. We do a lot of emergency support, so families that have a house fire or a true emergency, we can support the family. So that's just a nutshell of what we do, but we'll go ahead and get right into talking to these three remarkable women about high school and the new year. And I'll start with Carly. Give us an overview of back to school at Richwoods.
Okay, so I'm going to do just probably applies to the other high schools as well. But our first day of school is this coming Wednesday, August 18th. And our high school students are on a slightly new bell schedule this school year. So school starts promptly at 7:30 and we dismiss at 2 p.m. So that is a slight change from years past. We also, I'm going to get into some COVID guidelines as well. As Cindy mentioned, we all have to wear masks in our return to school procedures that we have for this school year. We will continue to do social distancing in the classrooms and hallways. We won't have to do wellness checks at the door upon arrival anymore. Some of our hallways will be two-directional, which is going to be exciting for some of our students. They can go both ways down hallways and stairwells, so that'll get them to their classes faster, which I'm sure they're excited about. Yeah, it's nice to have a more normal start to a school year. I know last year at this time, everything was so up in the air and things were changing literally day to day. And I feel like we have our bearings this year, and we're good with the masks, we're good with the social distancing, and we're just ready to have everyone come back into the building. And it looks like it's going to be a great school year, a great start. Mm-hmm. Enrollment's up, that's good. So all of our friends want to come back and start the school year off with us.
Annette, Devin, do you have any additional comments for your schools?
No, just piggybacking. We're very excited, and I am kind of speaking for the other schools as well when I say we all had freshman orientation today. That was very exciting to have kids back in the building. They were excited. They got to use their lockers. They didn't get to use lockers last year, so it's the first time that they'll get to use lockers. So all of those things are exciting. So it's like something new for us as well. Even though we've done this, it's just new. Like, wow.
Mm-hmm. Same with you, Devin?
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll go into Annette. What is the most important thing for students to do before school starts next Wednesday for them?
What we found today with freshman orientation is that several students, we need to make sure they're registered, make sure they have their physicals. All ninth graders need copies of their physicals and immunizations. All seniors need copies of their immunizations. So getting those records taken care of, making sure everything is in the computer accurately, that helps out a lot. And so it makes a very smooth transition as we start the school year.
Is there anything in addition, Devin, you have for this?
Yeah, it's also important to start thinking about, if they haven't already, what they want to get involved in. We do have extracurriculars back, after school programs, and all of our sports are back. So it's really important that students latch on to some kind of after-school activity, extracurricular activity, just so that they can be connected to the school, especially after being gone for so long and things being shut down.
And we'll go back to Carly. What are some things parents can do to help make this year successful?
I would say first off, and this kind of ties in with what you can do to prepare for the school year, but just starting by wrapping your mind, getting your mindset right for a successful school year, and being organized right from the beginning, being proactive. If you start to see that there's an issue or something comes up, or you're struggling in a class, or if there's any hiccups, that you ask for help, and not to be afraid to ask for help if we have a lot of supports in our high schools. After school tutoring is one of them. We also have our school counselors that are a great support for our students, and our teachers are a great support as well. So I would definitely say reach out, let us get behind you and support your students right out of the gate, and that'll be the best way to prevent any falling behind.
Devin, how about you?
Also, making sure that all of the information in Skyward is up to date, addresses and phone numbers. We want to partner with our parents, and we want to be able to reach you whenever we need to. Our doors are always open. We always, respond to emails and voicemails, but we want to be able to reach out to you too. So making sure all that information is up to date is key. And also just getting your student in the habit of getting up nice and early, having their clothes already together, setting that alarm to make sure they're getting to school on time for classes to start right at 7:30. We'll all have breakfast, and it's regular breakfast this year, so they can come nice and early and get their breakfast and then head to class. But we really could use help with that, just getting these teenagers up and at it and ready for school in the mornings.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day. We need them there every day.
Okay, so now we're going to jump into, Buzz Chat, just a little bit more of a casual nature. So we're going to jump into some personal questions because you're getting to know the principals kind of behind the scenes. But let's see, Devin, your favorite meal?
Oh, I really like pizza. Kind of from anywhere. I don't like vegetables, so it has to just have all meat on it. Any kind of pizza with tons of meat is great with me.
Okay, that sounds good. That's a very common, popular meal. Let's see, Annette, favorite movie, all-time favorite movie.
Oh, so many. I will go with Purple Rain, primarily because I love Prince. And so that's
Yeah.
Someone had that shirt on today, and so I'm like, I know someone just had that shirt on. Freshman orientation.
Yeah, that's so cool. Purple Rain. Oh my gosh, I've told it before. I think even on Buzz Chats. That was my first rated R movie as a 16-year-old, but I loved it so much. Yeah. So that's such a great movie. Let's see, Carly, something fun you did this summer?
We went to Disney,
Oh.
so that was fun. That was a good time. Thought the kids would be too old, but they weren't. They really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I feel like a giant kid. So yeah, that was a good time.
How was it? I mean, did they require masks at Disney?
No, when we went in June, they did not require masks.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Was it crowded? Was it pretty spread out? Or?
No, it was nice. It
Okay.
was the lines were probably better than we will ever see them again. So like I think maybe the longest we waited for anything was like 30 minutes, which is amazing if you've ever been to Disney. So
Right,
yeah,
right.
so no, it was good.
Great. Well, we'll go back to some questions here, and I'll start with Annette this time. And this is in comparison to last school year. Any major changes to COVID protocols this school year?
There aren't any major changes. It's not that we're more relaxed, but we didn't know what we didn't know last school year. So the great thing is we know a lot more. The kids are more aware. We've been educated. Vaccinations has also helped. So the major thing is wear a mask every day, and hopefully we can get through this soon.
Right. Does anyone else have any additions to that with the protocols you see at your school or?
Students do get to test to stay in school now if they are close contact. Now, instead of just the blanket quarantine, students can get tested several times and within 10 days and stay in school and not just be quarantined. So that is something we have going on.
We have a vaccine clinic coming up on August 25th from 12 to 5:30. It's also our back to school night. And so all of the high schools have had their clinic, that ours is coming. Peoria High and Manual have already had their clinics. And it's a good time for students, parents, teachers, siblings, whomever that hasn't been vaccinated to get vaccinated.
Okay. And I think Devin mentioned, with the school year being in person this year, let's see, Annette, for sports, activities, socials, what does that look like? Because it is different this year from last year.
Well, everything is back on, like all of our sports are on. Indoor sports, we do ask that everyone wears a mask because we're inside of the building, but otherwise we are, back on. We're excited. There is no capacity rules anymore, so we're trying to make things as quote normal as possible. Like I said, the biggest thing is everyone needs to wear a mask.
It'll also be nice not to have every sport in 3 months and to have them spread out over the year. That'll be a very nice change
Yes.
from last year.
I know that was one of the questions we talked about either with parents and then kind of getting ready for next Wednesday. Are you seeing or hearing from your families this summer with any needs that they're having before they go back to school next week? I know there was the Backpack Peoria and they had school supplies and things like that, but are you guys getting contacted about needs at your schools?
We actually have not. At Peoria High, we have not. So we've been very fortunate. We've gotten a lot. Last year, we received a lot of things,
Yes.
so we do have a surplus of items. Our little pantry, we keep that stock. So actually, we're doing pretty good. So I'm happy about that. I'm happy the community is doing better as far as needs are concerned. There are some needs, but nothing that they're requesting from the school.
And each of you guys have also kind of your own resources within your school, like Rich, I know you've got the pantry, Richwood has the
It
pantry.
takes a village.
Takes a village, yeah, you've got all of that. Let's see, during the pandemic, I asked this question all last year, did you have when we were on lockdown, it was 2 or 3 months, like that we were locked down. Did you have a show that you binge watched or any movies you were kind of reminiscing about and watching again? And
I went back to the very beginning of Scandal
okay,
and watched all of that all over again.
I am an HGTV fanatic, so I just binge HGTV. Although I don't do those things, I wish I could. But, so always HGTV.
did you watch the show that they just had? There was an HGTV that was in
Oh,
Peoria.
yeah,
the
yes,
cheap
yes,
house, the
yes,
cheap old
yes.
houses.
Yeah.
Yes. I was very impressed. Yes.
Yeah, I need to watch that. I heard that. That's pretty cool.
Mhm,
It was
yeah.
a new show, and they had 3 houses in Peoria. So, and Carly, how about you?
I love any murder TV shows, so any true crime type stuff. And then I also I'm kind of ashamed, but did get on Netflix and watched way too many different series. Last year during that time, not necessarily anymore, but
I can't imagine, for you 3 last year, it was hard for everyone because it was our way of life changed. You have to be so excited about being in person and seeing the kids, even though they're masked, you see their faces. Are you getting a lot of parents and students that are saying they're really, really happy to be back in school?
Oh, yes, certainly.
Definitely.
Yes, nothing can beat in-person school with teachers in front of you. I mean, there's no replacement for that. And it's pretty evident with our students and our teachers and our parents that we're ready for in-person learning.
What we learned is we need each other. I mean, and that goes for the teachers and the students and the parents. Like, we need each other. Like, it was hard not having that connection. So we definitely learned that. So I am so excited about the school year and, just this opportunity to get back together.
Well, I think that was one of the questions, what are you most excited about for the school? I know you're excited to see parents and students, but what is it? Just the more normalcy of a schedule and getting, or what would you say you're most excited about the school year?
I am I think I'm most excited about what's going to come out of it. The three of us spend a lot of time together working through things and kind of determining, interpreting our data and looking at our data and trying to find ways to make sure kids get what they need. And I feel like we're starting to kind of crack the code. We've been staying put for a while, and we'll be able to see some things really manifest. So I'm looking forward to that, like with our graduation rate, with our kids passing courses, with our freshmen on track. We're really on a roll, and I'm looking forward to seeing how much better that'll get throughout the course of the year. We just know more, and we were able to dig really deep into some things, even when we were shut down. And I'm just excited for that.
What about you, Carly?
There's a lot that I'm excited for. I think we did learn a lot during the pandemic. We learned a lot about ourselves and about our students and about how students learn and how it's changed. And so I think that the way instruction takes place in the classroom will begin to look different this year coming out of the pandemic, just from everything that we've had to utilize and get creative with. And some of it's for the good. Some of it needed to happen and needed to change. And so I'm excited to see how that plays out in the classroom.
And our teachers have been phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, they just took it and ran with it, and they tapped into some creativity they may not even have known they had. They tried new things. They put themselves out there, took risks. They were visiting houses and making phone calls, and they really, really, I mean, they were phenomenal before, but this just brought out skills that will just take them to the next level. So I'm even excited to see what's going to happen in the classrooms.
And overall, the school culture, the energy, because right now, we need to capitalize on this. Everybody's excited to be back. So let's keep that moving. Parents are engaged, they're calling, they want to see what they can do. So just, trying to capitalize on that, keep it going. And hopefully, as we already all mentioned, we'll see this, we'll see it in the end in the data.
You're Woodruff. You graduated from Woodruff.
I did.
I graduated from Woodruff. Annette, where'd you graduate from?
Here,
Devin, where'd you graduate?
Graduates.
Oh, so we have everyone here, and I love this. So, it's neat to see how many alum are working in the school district. Teachers, staff, it's really cool. So, yeah. So, let's say you're on a walk or coming into the office in the morning. What's your jam? What's your song?
Oh, don't come to me first.
That's a tough one. I like all kind of music, so that's a tough one. It depends on what's going on for the day. Sometimes it's gospel music. Sometimes it's some rap music. Maybe love me. I'm all over the place. It just depends.
It totally depends on the day.
It depends on the day.
100%.
Yeah, I'm a Pandora person, so it's either Beyonce station or Moonchild station. If I want to be kind of mellow,
Yeah.
Just depends
Yeah.
on the day.
I'm feeling Eminem right now. I'm like all Eminem. Yeah. But I'm like you. It depends on the day and where I'm at and stuff. But
I've seen that on Facebook, so I figured I just follow the comments for our morning songs and just copy them down and be like, well, they've already created a playlist for us. This is great. Thanks.
Yeah. Well, music, I think, like books and TV and, music's important for people and it's kind of yours.
I think all three of us started with music in school, so
yeah, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. So this is kind of random. And since you all went to PPS, did you have one teacher that just, stood out? And I mean, I'm sure you liked a lot of your teachers, but if there was one that really encouraged you and kind of changed your life, who was it?
I get two. One is Randy Sleep. He was my counselor.
I love Randy Sleep.
He was my counselor. Loved him.
Loved him,
And
yeah.
Mike Lawless is amazing, and he was my teacher as well. So, and there were others. I actually had a very good schooling experience. So, I don't remember the bad ones. I remember all the great ones. So,
Randy Sleep, rest in peace. He was an amazing man. Yeah. Devin?
Oh, I'm taking two also then. All-time favorite was my first grade teacher at Glen Oak. Her name was Miss Roman, and then she got married and became Miss Butler. So I don't know if you're still out there, but I love you.
Aw.
First grade, I don't know what I learned in first grade. I just remember her loving us. It was like having another mom, so she was phenomenal. And then also Mr. Barber, Mike Barber,
Oh.
was a student teacher in my third grade classroom at Glen Oak.
That's cool.
And he's how he is now. He was just a lovable guy, and we would always see each other throughout the years. He would ref, my games, and now we're in the same room sometimes, so that's really cool. And I got one more, Miss Malahy.
Oh.
We're not every principal right now.
Yeah, I had a bunch. I had her at White Middle School, and she was just always phenomenal too. Like, I just like the teachers that you never saw them sweat. They just made it look so easy and so natural, and it made me want to go into education. So those are just some. I have a few more, but I'll leave it there.
Well, Mike Barber, I remember you taught together, right? And
Well,
then
we were not in the same school but the same grade, so we did a lot of collaboration.
and then my sister, who's a teacher at CT, Vivian, she taught with Annette at Kingman. And
Mike.
yes, with Mike Barber, yeah. So, and then Carly.
Oh, I have too many, but I would agree with characteristics of them. I would agree with Devin and just saying they make it seem so easy and they don't sweat it or, get too overexcited about when something happens or something goes wrong because lesson plans do go wrong sometimes and
right.
things happen in classrooms with 30 kids. So just that like calm demeanor and just bringing like it's gonna be okay, like I got this, I can handle the classroom, like it gives students that like peace and confidence, like okay, this is a good
But did
space.
you have one at like in primary or middle or high school that like really?
I mean,
So I had,
I
I don't know
don't.
if you know Mrs. Taylor, that's who I had. She was my art teacher. And I just loved her to death. She was like 5 foot and she just was so mighty and, but yeah, she kind of, I loved art and she taught me so much more than I ever thought I would ever learn. Yeah.
I think and there's a lot, so I'm not saying this is like the best person because I have to analyze.
Right.
So I would say Miss Drassler in high school English, she tolerated me very well. Because at the end of the day, you're high schoolers and we're all a little bit squirrely at that age. And and so she taught well, but she also had a good personality. So,
yeah, great.
And I'm sure there's more. I know there are.
Well, I just wanted to say that you three are just remarkable leaders in our school, and I think that you really are paving a great way for the new school year. And if you have a positive end saying or just wishes for the school year, what would it be, Devin? Your first.
Oh,
Or I'll go if you want me to go first, or you can go. Yeah.
a saying.
A saying, to your parents or students or staff.
I'm just grateful, and I can speak for all of us, being products of Peoria Public Schools, and then being able to serve in this capacity. And our kids go to Peoria Public Schools. 2 of our husbands work in Peoria Public Schools, and being able to just send the kids back out equipped and empowered to chase their dreams and accomplish their goals is an honor. And so I'm just happy to be here and hope that I can really do my part to make sure that happens.
I would say I have lots of favorite sayings, but and you all will feel this. I always say the more you do, the more you get asked to do. The more you give, the more you'll get asked to give. Keep giving and keep doing. So that's what I always say, which I think is true. So.
I can't think of a saying right now, but I do want to say like for this, I'm really wishing for success and lots of love this school year. Just really trying to bring us back together. There's so much going on in our community, and it's so disheartening. So I want, we all want all of our kids back. You know, maybe they were there freshman year and they haven't been there in a while. We want every student back. So no matter what's going on, please come back to all 3 high schools. We'll work it out. We'll make it, we'll make it okay. But we want our kids back. We need them educated, being a part of this community. You know, we know, we don't know what's best, but we know what's necessary. We know what's needed. And so just really, really, really praying for our children and hoping, you know, to have them back, get them educated, give them the tools that they need to be successful in the world.
And I kind of echo that and what Devin was saying regarding serving. Not everybody gets the opportunity to work with kids or to work in schools with great students and staff, and just and it's part of a family. And so I feel like I have a great opportunity to serve others in this capacity here, and I couldn't ask for anything else, honestly. We're in a good place right now, and so I'm very thankful for that.
Well, and I mean, I've been working in the school district since 2009, and I've always said from the beginning, meeting principals and being in these buildings, you have such a big job, and it's the students probably number one, but you got your staff and parents and families. And that's, I mean, those 3, that's a lot, and you guys do it so well and gracefully, and it is a big job, so.
Thank you.
Yeah, very, very good. Thank you so much for you 3 joining Buzz Chats tonight. It was so nice to chat. I would like to say a special thanks to Tricia O'Shaughnessy, who is our community engagement coordinator. She does a great job in coordinating this, and we had Miss Kelly and Miss Jamie helping with technical, no difficulties tonight, but we are planning on doing Buzz Chats once a month, so we'll look forward to coming back in September. And please support your high schools and your teachers and staff, and really be patient this year. But I think it's going to go really smooth. And on behalf of the Peoria Public Schools Foundation Board and staff, we wish you and yours a great school year.